in the devastating wake of the last attack, the Department of Homeland Security faced an unprecedented challenge: how to renew our commitment to protecting the American people. With the passage of the Freedom of Observation Act, a new and mighty weapon in the war on terror was placed in our hands. The first major step mandated under the new law was to unite the vast array of separate public and private surveillance cameras throughout our nation into a single network. The Optical Defense Intelligence Network, named ODIN. ODIN monitors every form of domestic electronic communication for criminal activity. The most visible and highly successful addition to our eye line has been the introduction of a powerful new set of state-of-the-art mobile robotic surveillance cameras known as iBoards.
The United States of America, home to 300 million people. Each of us assuming that if we obey the law and mind our own business, there's no reason for anyone to pay much attention to us. That's what we might think, but we would be wrong.
Records are being created of activities that used to be wholly private.
There are a lot of companies that you've never heard about, but they've heard something about you.
Detailed personal information is being collected every day and used in ways we could never imagine.
Most Americans are in your database somewhere, right?
Also billions of transactions.
Internet searches are being recorded.
They keep everything. Your political leanings, your religious leanings, your medical concerns, your sexual concerns.
Driving habits are being monitored.
Vehicle speed, engine speed, whether the brakes are on or off.
Employees are surveilled.
He's heading back to the shop right now.
Shoppers are observed, recorded, and analyzed.
That's an alert right there.
And personal phone calls?
I was under the impression that nobody could steal my cell phone records. As it turns out, I was very, very wrong.
We are living through a revolution, a surveillance revolution empowered by technology.
Literally within 5 to 7 minutes, we've identified the individual.
It's technology that can be put to good use to stop terrorists and solve crimes. But if information falls into the wrong hands, or it's just plain wrong, it can ruin lives.
I went without a job for months.
Tough 4 months?
Very, very difficult for me.
From implantable chips
They make a small incision in your arm.
to data mining companies,
Well, how secure is that database?
we take an unprecedented look at the powerful business of personal information.
We're not mining to the personal lives of innocent Americans.
The government is now working with big business to take surveillance and information gathering to levels that were once the stuff of science fiction.
Big Brother, if allowed to happen, will happen. And our job as responsible human beings in society is to make sure that that does not occur.
here, there. Seemingly everywhere you stray through the streets of London, you see them. It's estimated that the average Londoner is captured on CCTV 300 times per day. Britain is not only the most intensely monitored country in the world with, at last count, 4.2 million CCTV cameras, or 1 for every 14 people. It is, according to the nation's privacy watchdog, fast becoming a surveillance society. But such concerns have done little to curb the creep of advanced surveillance technologies. Quite the opposite, in fact. In recent weeks, the nation's first spy drone took to the skies above Merseyside in northwest Britain. Local police say it represents a cost-effective way to catch criminals. The town of Middlesbrough has started using talking CCTV cameras.
To the female with the white shirt and blue jeans on, you've dropped your cigarette on the floor. Can you pick it up, please? To the female, thank you very much.
Britain's minister in charge of security and counter-terrorism believes this signifies progress.
And there's always people who will claim when we do that, oh, it's a police society. It isn't. It's a society where people are doing their utmost, the vast majority of hard-working, law-abiding citizens, to respect each other. But there's always a minority, and this is a way of trying to embarrass the minority.
The civil liberties organization Liberty is not so sure.
We're not against CCTV per se. The big concern is that over the past 10 years, since they've been introduced by the Home Office, almost £500 million have been spent on putting CCTV in almost every town centre across the UK. And that's actually not deterring crime. What we know deters crime is having more police on the beat, better street lighting, and that type of thing. And the new audio CCTV, to be honest, it seems like a bit of a gimmick.